Hare Krishna to all our viewers and listeners. Welcome to the ISKCON Commentary virtual program for today. And we got one lovely heck of a program filled with glory, continuing our glorification of Lord Jagannath. Because as you must all know, last Tuesday was the Ratha Yatra in Jagannath Puri. So there's quite a few fresh items for today's program, and we'll kick off with Prabhupada Arti as always, and we'll go over now to PPD and Family, who will conduct the Prabhupada Arti.
Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada,
Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada,
Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada,
Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada.
Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakati Sadma
Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhagati Sadma
Pandamo Savadana Mate
Mandono Savadana Mate
Pandamo Savadana Mate
Mandono
Jahara Prasade Bai E Bhavatori Ajay Krishna Prapti Hoya Hoite
Krishna Prapti Hoya Hoite
Krishna Prapti Hoya Hoite
Krishna Prapti Hoya Hoite
Guru Mukha Padma Vakhya Chitite Kuriva Akhya Arana Kori Ho Mane Asha Arana Kori Ho Mane Asha Shri Guru Charane Rati Chitite Koriyati
Shri Guru Charane Rati
Rati Utama
Gati
Ye Prasade Pure Sarvasha
Ye Prasade Pure
Ye Prasade Pure Sarvasha
Ye Prasade Pure
मिलो जय जमने जमने प्रभु से दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशित दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशित प्रेम भक्ति आहा होते आवे जावे ना सजाते वेद गाय जहारा चरित वेद गाय जहारा चरित श्री गुरु करुणा सिंधु आदा माझा नारा बंधु लोकेनाथ लोके राजीवाना लोकेनाथ लोके राजीवाना आहा प्रभु करो दया देह मोरे पादा छाया आहा प्रभु करो दया देह मोरे पादा छाया एबेगा सदु सूत्र भुवाना एबेगा सदु सूत्र भुवाना दोय पादा लीला शराना श्रीला प्रभुपाद पतित पावना श्रीला गुरुदेव पतित पावना जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय गुरु महाराज 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 नित्य गौरा हरि बोल नित्य गौरा हरि बोल 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 जय प्रभुपाद की जय गुरुराज की गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल।
Jaya Vishnupat Paramamsa Parivrajakacharia Ashtotra Sri Shrimad His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Jai. ISKCON में भी founder Acharya Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Shri Shri Sachinanda Nitai Char Ki Jai. Shri Shri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Ki Jai. Gaura Prem Hari Pur. It was so nice to see those wonderful clips of Srila Prabhupada during that arti, because it's because of Srila Prabhupada the Rath Yatra is happening all over the world. He took the Rath Yatra, which is famous in Jagannath Puri, but he took it all over the world. And that Rath Yatra happened last Tuesday, and we had a program last Sunday celebrating Lord Jagannath and his Rath Yatra, and now we got some 3 special items to continue the celebration of Lord Jagannath. So we want to we would like to go over to we want to show you for a video called Chariots of Gopi's Love. It's a song written by Haridas to glorify the love of the gopis for Krishna. So I hope you enjoy this.
We are all pulling you with the rope of love, my sweet Jagannath, with the rope of love. Let us take you, Jagannath, to Vrindavan, by pulling you with love to Vrindavan. Jagannath is sitting above the chariot of Gopi's love. We are pulling in the tender ropes of our love. It's been a long time since they were together. We are trying so they can be with each other. Let's take you, Jagannath, to Vrindavan, by pulling you with love.
Hare Krishna. Okay, some technical issues here. My video had frozen. As I said, we got a couple of additional items still, so all dedicated to glorifying the Lord. Last week we enjoyed for the first time after a long time Vidur Prabhu's Kirtan, And we do miss the live programs we used to do at the temples, and we could all come together and have nice programs, nice kirtans, create a great atmosphere. Um, uh, and Vibhu obviously is a great singer, so we miss him. But today we got another recorded kirtan by Vidur Prabhu. So if you can go over and listen to that, that'd be wonderful. Is Haribol Shravan Prabhu? Thank you.
Gauranga, tumi more daya na chhari ho. Gauranga, tumi more daya na chhari ho. Apana kariya nanda, charone rakhi ho. Gauranga, tumi more daya na chhari ho. Tomaro charana lagi sabate agi ho. Tomaro Shitala charana paiya sharana rari ho. Shitala charana paiya sharana rari. Gauranga, tumi more daya na chhari ho. Gauranga, ekule okule kiruti ranjoni. Ekule okule kiruti ranjoni. Rakhi ho.
বাসুদেব ঘোষ বলে চরণ ধরিয়া বাসুদেব ঘোষ বলে চরণ ধরিয়া কৃপা করি দয়া না ছাড়িও গৌরাঙ্গ দয়া না ছাড়িও আপন করিয়া রঙ্গা চরণে রাখিও আপন করিয়া রঙ্গা চরণে রাখিও গৌরাঙ্গ তুমি মোরে দয়া না ছাড়িও গৌরাঙ্গ তুমি মোরে দয়া না ছাড়িও দয়া না ছাড়িও Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much, Vidur Prabhu, and such a wonderful episode to do really miss those in our class. But the great news is, as I was saying before, in the background, we are continuing to serve other temple because the temple is really phase 2 is now nearly complete. Phase 3 we get we're very excited by this. We hear more of that. Now the children would like to play really fast. So they're going to learn the video, and it's all about what they're going to do during this walk.
We are in the lockdown situation. We are in a lockdown situation. No more schooling, no more homework, no more mathematics, no more history. We can watch TV till the cows come home. We can play computer games till late night, even midnight. We can talk to friends anytime of the day. We can text each other and say what we wanna say. We are in the lockdown situation. We are in a lockdown situation. No more history. We are in a lockdown, lockdown, lockdown situation. We are in a lockdown, lockdown, lockdown situation. We are in a lockdown, lockdown, lockdown situation. We are in a lockdown, lockdown, lockdown situation.
What have you been doing to keep yourself busy in the lockdown?
I've been doing my housework and my homework and also taking care of my little sister.
I'm going to school some days and going outside. And I've been going to school on some days as well and relaxing.
Coloring. And running. And footballs. And cycles and skaters.
I've been gardening, playing football, trying to read Srimad Bhagavatam, and attending book club and trying to do extra ones.
What have you enjoyed most being in lockdown?
I've been enjoying doing some paper crafts.
Playing with my friends. And do some gardening. And I've enjoyed being outside.
What I like is I get to watch more TV and have more prasadam and cook and offer it to the deities.
Sleeping.
Do you miss being in the temple? If yes, why and what do you miss?
I miss doing the kirtan and also the prasadam. I like the prasadam at the temple.
Darshan, my friends, and the Bashad. I miss the darshan and my friends.
I miss going to the temple because the Mangal Artis, I really miss them because it was really nice to go there every Saturday morning, and I liked the kirtans. I really miss the kirtans and playing mudanga at the temple, and I really miss going shopping with Vidur Prabhu.
I miss Kaki and Gaurangi and making galas and rasgullas.
That was extremely sweet, and it's very true. Actually, we all miss those children coming together at the temple and doing what they do, including actually as children giving some nice service also to the lordships. Really, the sooner we can get back to the temple, it will be so much nicer. So, Gurusevak would like to do a kirtan now to glorify this period of Ratha Yatra. So if he's ready, we can go over to Gurusevak, and after that we will have the class. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Jai Jagannath. Jai Jagannath.
Jai Jagannath, Harinam Sankirtan Yagya ki Jai. Very, very sweet. So now it's time for today's class by Haridas, but just before that, we will do Jai Radha Madhav. And for that, we go over to Ishani Devi and our friend Prakash Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Yashodanandana Vrajajanarandana Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shri Radha Madhav ki jai. Hare Krishna.
So that was so nice. Deities you saw being worshipped there while they were singing are actually Jaya, the Radha Madhav deities in Mayapur, and also the Jagannath deities in Mayapur, which is a few kilometers away from our main temple. Very nice. So I thought, just before the class, it'd be nice to glorify Lord Jagannath with this verse of this pranam, Jagannath pranam. It's Deva Deva Jagannatha Prapanati Vinashana Trahima Pundurikaksha Patitam Bhavasagare. And the translation of that is, O God of demigods, O Jagannath, the Lord of the universe, please destroy this great distress that has overcome me. O lotus-eyed one, please deliver this fallen soul from the ocean of material existence. From the ocean of material existence. So Sri Jagannath Dev Ki Jai. So there we go, beautiful darshan. And this is the Jagannath in Mayapur, in Jagannath Puri. Right. So glorious, so large, so beautiful. Lord of the universe, totally in charge of everything. Wonderful. Now, for the today's class, and we go over to His Grace Haridas Prabhu, who is a senior most devotee in ISKCON commentary, and also he represents the UK in the capacity of Deputy GBC at our Mayapur meetings annually. So, Haridas, over to you, and we have a nice video at the end of your class, I believe. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Warm welcome to everyone. So it's my seva today to read from Bhagavad Gita, and we have chosen chapter 15, fifth verse. I remember this verse was read by Guru Maharaj at Vasudev's house in London, and and Guru Maharaj, spoke from the heart about this, and it stuck with me, the message, and so I've chosen that. I hope you like it. It's 15th chapter and 5th verse. So Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Nirmana Moha Jita Sangha Dosha Adhyatma Nitya Vinivrata Kama Dvandve Vimukta Sukhdokha Sangir Gachanti Amudha Padam Avyayam Tat. And translation by Srila Prabhupada. Those who are free from false prestige, illusion, and false association, who understand the eternal, who are done with material lust, who are freed from the dualities of happiness and distress, and who, unbewildered, know how to surrender unto the Supreme Person, attain to that eternal kingdom. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. The surrendering process is described here very nicely. The first qualification is that one should not be deluded by pride. Because the conditioned soul is puffed up, thinking himself the lord of material nature, it is very difficult for him to surrender unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead. One should know by the cultivation of real knowledge that he is not the Lord of material nature. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is the Lord. When one is free from delusion caused by pride, he can begin the process of surrender. For one who is always expecting some honor in this material world, it is not possible to surrender to the Supreme Person. Pride is due to illusion. For although one comes here, stays for a brief time, then goes away, he has the foolish notion that he is the Lord of the world. He thus makes all things complicated, and he is always in trouble. The whole world moves under this impression. People are considering the land, this earth, to belong to the human society. And they have divided the land under the false impression that they are the proprietors. One has to get out of this false notion that human society is the proprietor of this world. When one is freed from such a false notion, he becomes free from all the false associations caused by familial, social, and national affections. These faulty associations bind one to this material world. After this stage, one has to develop spiritual knowledge. One has to cultivate knowledge of what is actually his own and what is actually not his own. And when one has an understanding of things as they are, he becomes free from all dual conceptions such as happiness and distress. pleasure and pain. He becomes full in knowledge. Then it is possible for him to surrender to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So that was purported by Srila Prabhupada. So I'll repeat the verse. Nirmana moha jit sanga dosha adhyatma nitya vinivrata kama dvandve vimukta sukh dukha sange gachanti amudha padam avyam tat. Those who are free from false prestige, illusion, and false association, who understand the eternal, who are done with material lust, who are freed from the dualities of happiness and distress, and who unbewildered know how to surrender unto the Supreme Person, attain to that eternal kingdom. Om Gyan Timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasme Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Prem Rupa Kadamayam Tadati Svapadantikam. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deen Bandhu Jagatpate Gopisha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namaste Tapta Kanchan Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishvani Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priya Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Vacha Patitanam Pavnebhyo Vaishnavyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shiva Sadi Gaur Bhakta Vrind Ki Jai. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Nirman Moha. So those two words, Nirman. Man is pride. False pride. And Srila Prabhupada has put in the purport there, that is due to illusion. And what is the illusion? We think we are this body, or we are from this country. We are the best of the species. All these, thoughts, they make you very competitive. And you can see around the world, all the education, all the training which is being given is for you to be the best. One of the countries, USA, is well known for those trainings. So always be the best. And then the competition is to be the best. So the ego actually goes up. And later on, they can't maintain that. So then depression sets in. They forget who is the best. They don't have the knowledge who is the best. I mean, Prabhupada, said in his purport here that people are considering the land, this earth, to belong to human society. And they have divided the land under the false impression that they are the proprietors. So, Srila Prabhupada once said that the leaders of the country should also look after the trees and the animals. They are also citizens of the country. But, that's not being done. We just consider the votes of the humans, and then all arrangements, they even cheat the humans. They'll promise we'll do this, do that. And it's all false. It's all illusion. And then once they are in the seat, they forget their promises. Not only that, they still slaughter animals. In Brazil, they burn so many forests so they can have more land to grow food for the humans. They're forgetting the nature is very important. And the nature has hit back. With this COVID-19, most of the modern way of thinking is locked down. We are all locked down. We actually, as devotees as well, we lost our freedom to actually go to the temple and congregate. That's happened to all the places of entertainment, all the places where people gathered and were having sense gratification, and where there was pride even in dharma, religion. It's lockdown situation. They can't meet. And as we said, there's a big disappointment. The scientists and the doctors haven't come up with a cure yet. It's been so long. A little virus is beating them. The scientists don't accept the authority of God, but now they're scared of a little virus. So that's nirman, and that's called jad abhiman. Jad abhiman is, this pride about, I have this body, I'm from this, jati, I'm Brahman, I'm this and I'm that, I'm royal. All this then stops you from surrendering to the Supreme Lord. it is very important to learn how to surrender. So nirman, we should give up this pride, where you were born, who you are. We should develop Vaishnav qualities. And an example of this is Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami. They used to, work for the king of Bengal. And when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to Ramkeli, that's the place where Rupa and Sanatana were, and the king called them and they said, who's this, personality who's entered Ramkeli? He's followed by thousands and thousands of people. So when he asked somebody else first before Rupa and Sanatana, the other Vaishnav just said, oh, he's nobody. It's okay. We shouldn't. He thought maybe the king will get envious and make problem for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So diplomatically he said, I wouldn't even worry about it. But then he asked Rupa and Sanatana. And Rupa and Sanatana said, what do you think? Who do you think he is? He said, from what I'm hearing, he's not promising any money or anything, but he's attracting a lot of people. So he might be prophet, or he might be the Supreme Lord. And Rupa and Sanatana said, yeah, you're right. Your thinking is good. So then the brothers decided to meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then when they went in front of, they met Nityananda Prabhu and Haridas ji and said, we would like to meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He introduced them and they put straws in their mouths and they were ministers of that place. They actually paid Dandvat Pranam to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and they started to cry. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Utho, Utho, please get up, brothers. And then they said, but we are niche because we're working for, a Muslim king. And we've changed our names as well. We live their lifestyle. And they said, actually, Jagai and Madai, they are Brahmins. They were Brahmins, but they were just, were into sense gratification. And you were able to deliver them. But they were easy. They weren't as poppy as we are. He said, we are the worst case. And you're the deliverer of, the fallen souls. He says, nobody is as fallen as we are. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was really impressed with the humility. Now, let's take people like us. We're always talking about being Brahman, Kshatriya, this, that, and the other. We just fixed on that. But here's Rupa and Sanatana, who were Brahmins, but they disowned it. They said, we are not. And not only that, even when they surrendered to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, got initiated, and then they went to Vrindavan, and then they came to see, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Jagannath Puri, they wouldn't go into the temple. They considered that they are not, qualified. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu didn't even force the issue. He wasn't happy, but Haridas Thakur and Rupa Goswami, they would just stay where they are and just look at the chakra, and pay obeisances. And then every evening Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would come to visit them and they would smile. They're saying, everybody goes to see the Lord and the Lord is coming to see us. Nirmana moha. So we have to give up our humility. It's so hard to do that because we've been trained up to be competitive. In the classroom, when they say the results, whoever is first, second, they're glorified. Even at work, those who work very, very hard, they get higher salaries. So there is so much arrogance about. How can they surrender? Nirman moha, in illusion. There's Raghunath Das Goswami. He was son of a billionaire. And he met Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and he wanted to forsake his household. But his father won't let him. He's the only son. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, don't worry, Krishna will arrange. Then when Nityananda Prabhu came, he approached Nityananda Prabhu. So Nityananda Prabhu guided him and he gave up his beautiful wife and the family and went to Jagannath Puri. And you wouldn't believe it. He started to just eat the rice, which was very old from the temple, just being thrown away. And he would take away the old rice from the top, the rotten one, and eat the inside. And when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu heard that, he came over and took the rice. And Raghunath Das Goswami, please don't have this, Mahaprabhu. This is not suitable for you. He goes, if this is suitable for you, it's suitable for me. We have live examples of devotees who gave up their wealth, who gave up their positions. Nirmana moha. They suddenly realize this is an illusion. This is going to end with the end of the body. But we don't realize that. So these personalities, Rupa and Sanatan, that's Rupa Manjari. Rupa Manjari comes down to this earth for our sake and starts to work for a Muslim, has a Muslim name, dresses up as Muslims, and then later on doesn't even go inside the Jagannath temple. Look where they're coming from, but they never try to force their way. At Ratha Yatra, they'll gather. So we have got Ratha Yatra Mahotsav. So then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would say one favorite shloka. And only Swarup Damodar would understand what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying. So Rupa Goswami heard it, and he went to his place, a hut, and he put on a leaf the meaning of what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the deeper meaning. And then he put the leaf on top of his hut. So one day he had gone somewhere else, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to see Rupa Goswami. He says, "Where Rupa? Rupa?" And there was no answer. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu noticed this leaf and writing on it. When he read it, Rupa Goswami had captured the inner mood of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, how did he know this? You know? And then he waited. And when Rupa Goswami came and told him, you wrote this? And Rupa Goswami just folded his hands, you know, like that. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu slapped him. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is 7 foot tall. And Rupa Goswami didn't say anything. And then he put him on his lap and he goes, how did you know my inner mood? And he goes, by your mercy. So then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was so impressed that Rupa Goswami, he considers himself fallen, most fallen, doesn't go inside the temple. And yet he knew the core meaning of this Rath Yatra and my mood. So he asked Swarup Damodar, how come he knew, you know, the meaning? He goes, by your mercy, you made him speak and made him write like this. So you can see when you actually become surrendered, then Chaitanya Mahaprabhuji will give you that understanding. We have to, as devotees, realize we must give up this pride, even of thinking I'm a Brahman initiated, I'm first initiated, I'm initiated, he's not. So nirmana moha, jita sangha dosha. Jita sangha dosha. So we have Jagai and Madai. You know, they were associating with, you know, loose people, drinking. They were like Brahmjanatiti Brahmana. They were Brahmin families, but they've gone away from that. In fact, Haridas Thakur and Nityanand Prabhu, they went preaching, they would go there, they will chase them away. And they were pretty heavy dudes. So then, you know, Madai actually hit with the earthen pot Nityanand Prabhu, who started to bleed. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came and was going to annihilate them. And Nityanand Prabhu says, in this avatar, you do not kill anyone. So Nityanand Prabhu is our Adi Guru. He protects us from these offenses. So then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu say, okay, if they regret, and then, you know, I'll give them love of Godhead. So they did regret. And in Chaitanya Bhagavat, you know, there's a prasang where actually Lord Chaitanya took away the karma and turned into black, really dark, and then he disappeared. And both Jagai and Madai, they started to, instead of hurting people, they started to serve the people by the God. There was a transformation. They gave up the association. Chitta Sangha, you know, Nirmana Moha Chitta Sangha Dosha. Adhyatma Nitya. Adhyatma Nitya. We should be actually associating with devotees and also reading Bhagavatam. That's also association. Nitya, which is eternal. And this chanting in the holy name, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. That's Nitya. That's Avahan mantra. You actually calling Krishna. And when you say Krishna, he's on your tongue. And we should learn how to change the chanting from being offensive chanting to pure chanting. And that takes time. That means being with association. And, you know, it's reformation, this chanting reforms. Cheto Darpan Marjanam Bhava Mahadavagni Nirvapanam. It actually clears your heart. And Guru Maharaj once said it. He goes, is Krishna going to come and sit in a dirty place? It should be nirmal. You know, there should be no contamination there. But we know it. We're so fallen, just like Rupa and Sanatan, who are manjaris. They declare themselves most fallen. You know, we are most of nothing, as Prabhupada would say. We are not nothing, we're most of nothing. This is how we should feel, but we don't. We think, oh, well, I'm initiated, I've got this and I've got that. And no wonder, you know, we read Bhagavad Gita and it doesn't even stick in our mind. We don't seem to feel joyful all the time. You know, Brahmbhuta prasannatma na shochti na kankshti. A Brahmbhuta, the one who thinks Brahman, Anand, is everything, he's joyful. As Vaishnava, you should be laughing, you dancing all the time. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, wherever he went, people were laughing, dancing. You know, Prabhupada said, chant and be happy. And called the American devotees my white elephants, dancing elephants. So this chanting should bring about joy. But look, with this lockdown, only when we are doing the Zoom, you know, satsang and this Sunday program, you know, we liven up a bit. But other times, we can't become depressed. You can't, you know, you should be doing spiritual activity. So we must give up the false, you know, pride. We must give up this illusion, and then we must give up this bad association, and then we should take on spiritual commitment. Adhyatma nitya, vinivrata kama, calm. All these desires, lust isn't always about physical thing, it's desires as well for wealth, for this, that, and the other. And because that's the illusion, I would like this, then I'll be happy. When you get it, you get bored with it. There's so much, I would want this. There's a need list, which is small, and want list is big. And you have what you want, that within short period, you know, you're bored with it. So Haridas Thakur gave all that up. And when he used to do his bhajan for about, you know, 22 hours, and then 2 hours he would eat and rest. And some Brahmins got envious of him, saying he's Muslim. You know, he was very popular. So when somebody gets popular, obviously people get envious. And so they send a prostitute saying, why don't you attract him? And they realize he'll fall down and there'll be end of that. But instead of falling down for 3 days, you know the story, you know, Haridas Thakur said, let me finish my rounds and I'll be with you. And then he would keep chanting, and then she would fall asleep. So after the third day, she realized this Haridas Thakur is an amazing personality. I cannot defeat him. Because prostitutes and others, they think they can hold, you know, turn their men's heart. You know, women are like fire and men are like butter. They melt. Haridas Thakur didn't melt. So then she took initiation and she started to preach. Another time, Maya Devi personally came to test Haridas Thakur, and he did the same. He didn't have time for her. Now, that is Haridas Thakur. You know, Vinivrata Kama. He gave up all this calm, all desires. Because simple living, high thinking. If you make your living simple, then you don't desire all this sophistication, which is there now. I mean, country China has become wealthy because they're satisfying this, you know, want list. You know, computers, phones, chats, and whatever. They knew how to make money. From communism, they became capitalists. And look at, they got control of the whole world. And they exported the virus as well. So, you know, they still got plans to take over the world because we wanted things and China would make it cheap and make it available. And so we are caught in it. And now with the lockdown, see, it's just our need wish, the food we need to eat. That's what we buy. But still, Amazon is enjoying all these things you know, we order. They come straight to your door. They're doing very well. But you can see, you know, we must give up as devotees our material desires. They should be spiritual desires. And next, what is it? Dvandver vimukha sukh dukha sangir. So, you know, Parikshit Maharaj, when he had 7 days, he immediately gave up his palace and his family, his beautiful wife, and immediately went to the sadhus and said, what should I do now to make my life a success? I've got 7 days. See, straight away, he gave up. He didn't see any distress in it. And when Sukadev came, Parikshit Maharaj was given, you know, the Bhagavatam was spoken to him. He didn't eat and drink for 4 days continuous. And when Sukadev says, shall we have a little break so you can eat something or whatever, and he goes, I've eaten so much, we could make a mountain out of it. And I've drunk so much that, we can make a lake of it. But I haven't been satisfied. But for the last 4 days, I've been hearing this Bhagavatam. It's satisfied my heart so much that I don't even care about that. So he gave up his eating, drinking. It's austerities. We must learn austerities. We have to have Nirjala Ekadashi and look at the plans people make. What time are we going to complete it? And what are we going to eat then? Focus is still food, not the fast. And Parikshit Maharaj gave it up. I mean, it's not easy to give up these things. So we should regulate our practice regularly, the fasting, the Ekadashi fast like that, and time our, prasadam times and arti times, the japa and everything. Just regulate it. And then you'll find you'll be able to, not worry so much about sukha dukkha. So the other bit is, Dvandver vimukta sukha dukkha sangir gachanti amudha. Gachanti. It says gachanti means attains. Amudha. Mudha means somebody is bewildered. It means you become unbewildered. Because look at the world now. It's become bewildered. What do we do now? Where are those politicians who used to promise prosperity and happiness for their citizens? They don't have an answer. They have a lockdown. Now they're going to have a local lockdown where there's hotspots and everything. They're just, whatever they can do to raise the financial level up a bit, they're making different plans. But they are bewildered. They don't have an answer. But when this situation wasn't there, they were claiming they can do this, they can do that. But I don't hear any claims now from any, clever people, intellectual class or anything like that. They're all quiet. The ones who are really enjoying this lockdown are the devotees, Vaishnava, because they're doing kirtan, chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. That hasn't stopped. Reading Bhagavad Gita, that hasn't stopped. Talking about Krishna, that hasn't stopped. That's Parikshit Maharaj did that. He stopped all his, the royal activities, left it, abandoned it, and sat with the sadhus on the floor, and Shukadev came and sat on the throne. And, that's what we should do. Gachanti amudha. By the time we are ready to leave this planet, we shouldn't be bewildered. Dehinosmin yatha dehe komaram yovanam jara tatha dehantar praptis dhirastatra na muyati. We've got to become dhir. We've got to become sober. As you're getting older, you think you're going to live longer? How much longer you want to live? Look at COVID-19. So many people are dying. There's panic in the cities. People used to run to the cities. Now they're running back to the villages. How much more signal do you want that this is an illusion? It's not going to last. And we still are doing the same material things and not grabbing, not surrendering. We still have nirma. We have man, sorry. So we should give up this jad abhiman and go for chit abhiman. Jad abhiman is, I'm the greatest. Chit abhiman is, I'm das and das. We have to change this false pride into real pride. I'm servant of Krishna. And how does that happen? Brahman Brahmite Kaun Bhagavan Jiva. Guru Krishna Prasade Pai Bhakti Lata Bija. The Bhakti Lata Bij comes from Guru's Kripa and Krishna Kripa. We must seek Guru Kripa, Krishna Kripa. Prabhupada spent day and night writing these incredible books, and they stay on our shelf. And now on WhatsApp, good job on WhatsApp, there's Prabhupada's sayings coming through and people are reading that and forwarding it so quickly. And we don't know if the ones who are forwarding, they read it and absorb it at all. Because what Prabhupada is making the point, Prabhupada made the point, don't you forward it to think it's your point. That's an illusion as well. Giving an impression as if you've understood it and you're forwarding it. Sometimes something good comes, I keep it. I don't even forward it. It's for me to change. So let's read Prabhupada's books systematically. Adhyan, it's called. It's systematic. Not randomly, because you won't pick anything up. It's like eating a feast. It's there in front of you. Then you start like particular way and you finish it all and enjoy it. This is feast, spiritual feast, the spiritual books. This will give you that gambhirta, that depth, that decision-making towards the end. You won't be bewildered because the body has to die. The body has, dehanta. We have to recognize that it's gonna die and let's prepare ourselves for it. So what we're talking about here is Gachantiya Muda Padam Avyayam Tat. Then those people will attain to my eternal kingdom. So this is a temporary world, and here Krishna is talking about, eternal kingdom. And that verse, the next verse, Natat Bhasyate Suryo na Shishanko na Pavaka Yat Gatva na Nivartante Tadadam Paramam Mama. That supreme abode of mine is not illumined by the sun or moon, nor by fire or electricity. Those who reach it never return to this material world. So Bhagavad Gita is promising you that your goal is not being successful materially in this present material world, but be successful in your journey to the eternal kingdom. And there is a way to get that, and that is surrender to the lotus feet of Krishna. And the Guru, initiating spiritual master, will teach you how to surrender. He will chastise you, he will direct you properly, and he will be your authority. And then you realize, finally, my ego, which is the external energy of the Supreme Lord, Bhumir apo nalo vayu kham mano buddhi revacha ahankarityame bhina prakriti rashtada. Even ahankar, ego, is element, just like the earth is. It's there, it's real, everybody has it. But you have false ego. It should be real ego. Dasanudas. I'm a servant of the servant. So this Krishna conscious process is teaching you to serve others. Serve the society. How? That you actually tell them about Krishna. You make prasadam, food for life. That's what ISKCON does. Attract so many people. Ask people to chant the Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Teach you how to read the Bhagavad Gita, how to understand the Bhagavad Gita, how to say the bandhana, how to say different prayers, how to do upasana, how to do different pujas. Manmana bhava mad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskaru mam aveshasi satyante pratijane priyosi me. Then you become very dear to Krishna by doing this. And once you got the mercy of Krishna, you're almost there in the eternal kingdom, because this is also his kingdom. Then you see this Brahman, the spiritualness of this earth planet. Otherwise, it's just seen as a material earth, earthquakes here, floods there, weather is not this, COVID-19 and whatever. But when you become internalized, when you feel the Paramatma in your heart and your Atma, you are the Atma Paramatma, this body then becomes a field of activity, and then the Lord in your heart blesses you. And you know it, you have the insurance, you have the surety that when you leave this body, you're going to say Hare Krishna, and then Krishna will take over. Don't have to worry about it. So Krishna says at the end, Sarva Dharman Paritejya Mame Kam Sharanam Vraj Aham Tvam Sarva Papebhyo Mokshishami Mashacha. He's promising that you surrender. And Prabhupada said, you surrender, he immediately then protects you. There's no delay. And if you say, well, I've tried to surrender, well, you haven't really surrendered yet. Nirmana moha jit sangha dosha. Your association is incorrect. You haven't given up this illusion and this pride. We should learn to do that. And Prabhupada said this is surrendering process. So now we're coming to the end of the class. I would like to say that the Supreme Court of India was also humbled because they said no to the Ratha Yatra, and all the devotees prayed. And I know, Prem was ringing directly the person who is involved also in the arranging, even on the day. He says, wait half an hour, then ring me. And then he said, yeah, it's on. And the devotees all over. And there's one sadhu, on a video said it, the Supreme, court is not the authority. Jagannath is this, and they can't stop this Rath Yatra. This is before the decision. And the decision went there where this is what sadhus are. They were so confident. So with that, I've managed to write a song, and this Chariot of Gopi's Love. And if you go inside the temple, There's actually chariot made. The wheels are also the gopis' bodies. They kind of curl their bodies up like wheels. Canopies, loads of gopis. The whole chariot is with gopis. And it's the best sculpture I've seen. And every time I go there, I touch it. So I wrote this song, Chariot of Gopis' Love, and they are pulling Krishna to Vrindavan. So this scene is in Kurukshetra, where gopis feel, Radharani said, you're the same Krishna, I'm the same Radharani, but this is not Vrindavan. They could not ignite the same environment, the same love, because it was very formal, very royal. So then they are pulling, and that's what Ratha Yatra is. So I made this little offering to Jagannathji. Please, I hope the video works this time. So here's the song which I wrote the other day and put a video to it. And some of the scenes are from the Tuesday's Rath Yatra. And on Wednesday, there's Yatra back to the Shri Temple again. So hope you enjoy the song and the video. Thank you so much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. Hari Bol.
We are all pulling you with the rope of love, my sweet Jagannath, with the rope of love. Let us take you, Jagannath, to Vrindavan, by pulling you with love to Vrindavan. Jagannath is sitting above the chariot of Gopis' love. We are pulling in the tender ropes of our love. It's been a long time since they were together. We are trying so they can be with each other. Let's take you, Jagannath, to Vrindavan, by pulling you with love to Vrindavan. We are all pulling you with the rope of love, my sweet Jagannath, with the rope of love. Let us take you, Jagannath, to Vrindavan, by pulling you with love to Vrindavan. Jagannath Swami Nayana Patagami, Nayana Patagami Baba Tumi, Nila Chala Chanda Swami Jagannath, Nila Chala Madhav Pyare Jagannath.
Wow, what a wonderful video, and the words were amazing. So thank you very much, Haridas. Nobody has put any questions in the comments box, so it's very nearly arti time. But honestly, I really appreciated the class. Please take the messages of our program seriously, because we are trying to do a serious education here. There is so much wrong going on in the world, and we, thanks to the education by our gurus and by Prabhupada, we are trying to pass on that information, the knowledge they're giving us to all of you for your benefit. And those of you who know about Jagannath, his pastime, his temple, his leelas, then those words and those video shots which were put together, very, very, very touching. So thanks once again to Haridas. It's Arati time now, so we'll go over. We'll have a few shots, hopefully, of the temple Arati, but Arati will, the main art, Gaura Arati will be sung by Pranava and family, and the main Arati will be sung by Gurusevak and family. Hare Krishna.
Sachin Bhai Chand ki jai, ki bajaya jaya, Gaura Chande, Arati Kasho, ki bajaya jaya, Arati Kasho. Nave tatavan jaghamana lobha nave tatavan jaghamana lobha dakhinani tata meghadadha Nikataya Dvaitasi Vasa Chakradhara Nikataya Dvaitasi Vasa Chakradhara Basi Ate Gaura Chan Nrsimhaya Basi Ate Gaura Chan Arati Karena Adhidevo Jnane Arati Karena Adhideva Jnane Nara Hari Adhi Kori Samhara Dhula Nara Sanjaya Mukundha Boshadhika Sanjaya Mukundha Boshadhika Shankha Bhaje Gandha Bhaje Bhaje Karatal Shankara Bhaje Gandha Bhaje Bhaje Karatal Madhura Bhanga Bhaje Paramarasala Madhura Bhanga Bhaje Paramarasala Shankha Bhaje Gandha Bhaje Madhur 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 Bhaje Shankha Bhaje Gandha Bhaje Madhur Madhur Bhaje Shankha Bhaje Gandha Bhaje Madhur 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 Bhaje Bahu Koti Chandra Ji Mahana Ujjwala Bahu Koti Chandra Ji Mahana Ujjwala Yala Deshe Vanaman Kore Dhanamala Desi Manamala Kore Dhanamala Shiva Sumana Radha Prem Gadhada Shiva Sukana Radha Prem Gadhada Pakati Madhav Gaura Rasamada Devi Madhav Gaura Rasamada Gaurangi Titiksha Jagadvana Loba Gaurangi Arati Shubha Jagadvana Loba Gaurangi Arati Shubha Jagadvana Loba Gaurangi Arati Shubha Jagadvana Loba
Namayo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nityanamite
Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasati Gaura Bhakta
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Jaya Sachidananda, Jaya Sachidananda, Jaya Sachidananda,
Jagannath Swami Nayana Patagami Nayana Patagami Bhavatume Jagannath Swami Nayana Patagami Nayana Patagami Bhavatume Jai Jagannath Jai Jagannath Swami Jagannath.
Jaya Jagannath, Jaya Jagannath, Jaya Jagannath, Swami Jagannath.
Jayo Jagannath, Jai Jagannath, Jayo Jagannath, Swami Jagannath.
Jaya Jagannath, Jaya Jagannath, Jaya Jagannath, Swami Jagannath.
Jayo Baladev, Jai Baladev, Jayo Subhadra.
Jaya Baladev, Jaya Subhadra, Jaya Baladev, Jaya Subhadra.
Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath, Swami Jagannath.
Jaya Jagannath, Jaya Jagannath, Jaya Baladev, Jaya Subhadra.
Jai Satchinandana, Gaura Hari, Vishnu Priya Pranadana, Maria Vihari.
Jaya Satchinandana, Gaura Hari, Vishnu Priya Pranadana, Maria Vihari.
Jayo Nitaja, Jai Nitaja, Jayo Nitaja, Jai Nitaja.
Jaya Nitaja, Jaya Nitaja, Jaya Nitaja, Jaya Nitaja.
Nimai Nitai, Nimai Nitai, Nimai Nitai, Nimai Nitai.
Nimanikai, 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 Nimanikai.
Nandana Raghav Ram Hare Siya Ram Hare Siya Ram Hare
Nandana Raghav Ram Hare Siya Ram Hare Siya Ram Hare.
Nandana Raghav Ram Hare Siya Ram Hare Siya Ram Hare.
Nandana Raghav Ram Hare Siya Ram Hare Siya Ram Hare.
Siya Ram Hare Siya Ram Hare Siya Ram Hare Siya Ram Hare
Siya Ram Hare Siya Ram Hare Siya Ram Hare Siya Ram Hare.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram जय जय श्री वृंदावन धाम जय राधे जय जय श्याम जय जय श्री वृंदावन धाम प्यारी राधे प्यारो श्याम प्यारो श्री वृंदावन धाम जय गोविंदा जय गोपाल केशव माधव दीन दयाल जय गोविंदा जय गोपाल केशव माधव दीन दयाल प्रभु दीन दयाल दीन दयाल प्रभु मदन गोपाल दीन दयाल प्रभु दीन दयाल प्रभु मदन गोपाल श्याम सुंदर कन्हैया लाल गिरिवर गारी नंद दुलाल श्याम सुंदर कन्हैया लाल गिरिवर गारी नंद दुलाल प्रभु नंद दुलाल 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 बोलो राधे 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 जय जय श्री राधे जय जय श्री राधे 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 जय जय श्री राधे जय जय श्री राधे 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 जय जय श्री राधे जय जय श्री राधे जय प्रभुपादा 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 जय प्रभुपादा His divine grace of Boy Charanarvinda Srila Prabhupada Pandacharya Iskan Srila Prabhupada ki BBT Pandacharya Srila Prabhupada ki Jaya Vishnupad Paramhans Paravarakacharya Stotra Sachish His divine grace Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Srila Prabhupada ki Ananda Kori Vaishnav Vrinda ki Namacharya Haridas Thakur ki Sri Vrindavan Dham Mathura Dham Dwarka Desh Dham Ayodhya Dham Navdip Dham ki Mayapur Dham ki Jagannathpuri Dham ki Gangamai Jamanamai Saraswati Devi ki Tulsi Devi Bhakti Devi ki Shri Radha Krishna Gop Gopinath Radha Kund Sham Kund Giri Govardhan ki Jai प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद की श्री श्री राधा गोकुल नंद की श्री श्री राधा माधव की सीता राम लक्ष्मण हनुमान की, हमारे प्यारे प्यारे जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा की, छठ गोस्वामी की, श्री रूप सनातन भट्ट रघुनाथ, श्री जीव गोपाल भट्ट दास रघुनाथ की जय। हरिनाम संकीर्तन यज्ञ की, ट्रांसेंडेंटल बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की, भगवद गीता की, श्रीमद् भागवतम की, चैतन्य चरितामृत की, श्री रामायण की, सनातन धर्म की, भारत माँ की, गौ माता की, इस्कॉन कॉमेंट्री यात्रा की, इस्कॉन वर्ल्ड वाइड यात्रा की, Gaura Prem Nande, all glories to the assembled viewers, all glories to the assembled viewers, all glories to the assembled viewers, all glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. Haribo.
Hari. Haribo, Haribo. Thank you for that, Arati. People have not submitted any names for Nrsimhaya, but I will remember two names. In Birmingham, the Ram Mandir, one of the original pujaris was Dhirubai. Just heard recently that he passed away. I actually saw him 6-8 months ago at a program in Birmingham, and he looked totally a different person to what he was normally. And then obviously there's something not right. So I just heard that he's passed away. Also for the continuing recovery of a Prem injury. And anybody else I may have forgotten. So please let us remember them. For Nrsimhaya, for which we will go over to Rugby, and Tamal, Radha, Rupa, and Gaurangi, I believe, may be leading this one. I may be wrong, but advertised as Gaurangi leading this arti. Hare Krishna.
Namaste Nrsimhaya. Keshavadeta Narahari Rupa Jayo Jagadish Jayo Jagadish Jayo Jagadish Keshavadeta Narahari Rupa Jayo Jagadish Prabhupada ki Jai. Prabhupada ki Jai. Gurudev ki Jai. That all Hari Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna, thank you, Tamal and family, for that. We want to, a message came through, we want to include within the Arati, Swapan Purkasta's father who recently passed away. Swapan is in Birmingham. Please let us know before the Arati, if possible, names you like us to remember for the Arati. So I just want to say that we've progressed very nicely with trying to arrange these programs and get the technical people to come together and sort things out. But sometimes the technical problems are beyond our control, and it's not something we are doing; it's something further down the system, and then there'll be, hang-ups, glitches, and dropouts. So sometimes, we are doing our best. We still need to improve. We are getting a better camera for the temple, so the image from the temple will be much, much better. And also what I would suggest is everybody, you can go on Google and do something, search for test my broadband speed, and then there'll be options for you to how to test your broadband speed, just free. It takes only a couple of minutes. If you select one, find out what your broadband speeds are, upload and download. And if it's possible, try and improve them, then your reception will be much better. Nowadays, people recommend that you go to fiber broadband. So I'd recommend that all of you try and do that, because this is the new normal, as they say. This is how a lot of the stuff we are doing in exchanging between having human exchanges with other people is through this media. So please do that. We will. I also want to actually. Yesterday we had a big big clear out event yesterday at the temple and the Pujari house, and I want to thank all the devotees who turned up, and they did a fantastic few hours of service. A lot was achieved yesterday, so really appreciate all of that. Thank you. We will go on now to Anuragi for today's announcements. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Thank you for tuning in today and listening to our Sunday program. Thank you to all our new subscribers, and thank you to the new viewers who are also watching. So please do subscribe to our channel. It's Krishna of Vrindavan on YouTube. Just a reminder for continued prayers for His Holiness Bhakti Charuswami, who I believe is on a ventilator recovering from COVID-19. So our continued prayers do go out to MataJi. So please remember him daily in your Nrsimhaya prayers. We'd like to thank these Bal Gopal Club children, thank you for sending in your lockdown videos. Thank you to the parents for directing them. It was a brilliant song, so we shall hopefully be broadcasting more of these interactive songs and dramas by the children. So please do keep tuned in. Please do follow us on Twitter and Instagram, Facebook, ISKCON Coventry. I would like to say thank you to Prem, Prakash, Gaura. Our website is now live since last week, and now we are also accepting online bookings for puja. So you can choose who you would like to direct your puja at. You can book a Nrsimhaya puja, a Radha Madhav puja, Sachinanda Taichan puja, Jagannath Baldev Subhadra puja for any events, birthdays, anniversaries, special occasions, or in memory of a departed soul. And just a reminder that Guru Purnima Vyas Puja is coming up this Sunday. So do also, you can sponsor Bhoga, you can sponsor the Arti worship for that day, sponsor the whole day's worship. On the website, there is a page to either donate via PayPal. You can also enter your card details. You can book pujas, general donations, book your deity worship, or book your Maha offerings online. So that's on our website at www.krishnaofvrindavan.com. That's www.krishnaofvrindavan.com. So do avail this opportunity. Although the temple is closed, but you can still be engaged in serving the deities via your Lakshmi online via the website. Also, we'd like to thank the devotees running the book club. So we have a weekly book club running on Saturdays, and that is an in-depth study of Srila Prabhupada's books. So currently we are studying Nectar of Devotion at the moment. So it's a really nice interactive group that's being formed via Zoom. So if you do like to join in, you can scan the QR code that's on your screen right now via WhatsApp, or you can email us at kov@krishnaofvrindavan.com, send your number, and we can add you to the WhatsApp group for the book club. There will also be, we will be running Zoom Lady Sangha programs, so just for the ladies to share spiritual realizations, kirtans, kathas, which will be happening soon. So we'll also keep you in touch and informed when that's going to happen. So just this week's announcements, there's a Ekadashi on Wednesday, and this the coming Sunday for the Sunday program will be a special featured program celebrating Guru Purnima Vyas Puja. So please don't forget to join us, same time, same place next week. Thank you. Hare Krishna.